Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show. Here with another personal, or should I say my first personal episode. I know y'all haven't seen me go solo in a long time. I think my only solo episode was the first one. I wanted to kind of get back to that. We're going to come in like this, man, and get this shit going. Here we go. Welcome to the show, the Roosevelt Show. Let's go. I'm gonna let the song knock for a minute. Come on.
In case I don't say tomorrow. A nigga in my life with some high lows. Don't know how much now I gotta borrow. I guess I catch my nigga at the crossroads. And if it's said and done, kiss my wife and my kids, tell my mom coming.
Appreciate all y'all for subscribing, liking, commenting. All y'all following me, man. Appreciate it, man. Roosevelt Show. Let's go. Yeah. 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 Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roosevelt Show. I am your host, Roosevelt, aka King Roosevelt, aka K Rose, aka all of the above. Tonight I'm gonna do something a little bit different here, man. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I've been seeing out here in the media. Couple of people I know that has personally went through, these issues. Some of my friends, some of my family members, some family members of family members. And it's a real topic that needs to be talked about. And I feel like a lot of people shy away from it because it's something that, it's an uncomfortable conversation. It's definitely an uncomfortable convo, right? But we're going to get into it, man. And I wanted to talk about mental health, right? Mental health, the definition of mental health, depending on how you look at it, it's when somebody, going through some emotional things, whether it's depression, anxiety, any of those kind of things, right? Mental health is a real situation that is kind of swept under the rug. A lot of people feel like they don't have people they could talk to or, let alone get whatever it is off their chest, right? People feel alone and desperate, thinking that, they have nobody in the world that they can lean on, right? Recently, there has been, a lot of deaths over people dealing with mental issues, right? We all know, for instance, a few months ago, we lost Twitch from the Ellen show. The brother seemed like, he was a good spirited brother, but we didn't know what was going on behind the scene, right? We didn't know what was going on mentally inside that man's head. I believe at that time he had just celebrated an anniversary with his wife. And, you can see him, celebrating and dancing, with his wife and kids. And 3-4 days later, he's dead, you know. Sad situation. It not only affects, regular people, but it affects celebrities as well. I can't take, one from the other and say, a celebrity has it off worse because they have to deal with, the problems of the world, a lot of pressure for them to perform at their peak and whatever profession they in. It would be the same thing as, regular average Joe, that deals with regular life issues without, all the pressures of the world. It can affect, adults and children, young and old. Mental health is a real serious issue out here. Me, myself, personally, and I'm going to have me a drink, before I say this, sipping on that hen dog, you know what I'm saying? Me, myself, personally, I've had some dark days. In my past, in my way, I guess at that time with coping with it was I figured if I kept a bunch of people around me and stayed busy, I wouldn't think about my personal issues that I was dealing with at that time. I felt like, by having distractions, or whatever else was going on in the world, I didn't have to worry about it because I was busy, having fun or, keeping my mind occupied, right? So I wouldn't think about, my personal issues. But at the end of the day, what I discovered, and I know somebody will probably be able to vouch for this if you've ever had, any kind of mental health issues or depression or any of that kind of shit. At the end of the day, when everybody was gone, I was forced to still deal with these issues, head on, if you want to say. And it all kind of hit you, right back to it, right? Whether it was the liquor or, Mary Jane or whatever, fogging my brain out, trying to take my mind or distract my mind from, what I had to currently deal with. It was almost like I was running from my problems. And, everybody has a different way of dealing with, their own shit. Some people use drugs. Some people, in a form of sex. Some people like to have a lot of sex, in a weird kind of way that makes sound. Some people like to have sex to keep their mind off of shit. Some people drink themselves, to sleep. Wake up in the morning, same shit, back on the bottle, looking for the next bottle. Some people even use deeper, harder drugs, depending on, your situation, right? Everybody deals with their shit a little bit different. But what I would say, to kind of help you out of that is that, you need to have a good, support system. It's a great asset to have, And when I say support system, I don't mean like how I was dealing with it, having a bunch of motherfuckers around. I mean, the type of motherfucker you can call at 2:00 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? If you're going through something and you need to, you need to talk with somebody, get that shit off your chest. A good support system, you know what I mean? How I dealt with my shit is, I ended up, thinking to myself, like, I have to do something constructive that would not necessarily distract me from my issues, but help me deal with them, right? Like therapy. Some people go to therapy got a homie, you know what I'm saying, that, I talk one-on-one with him all the time, and he told me how that shit, helped him look at, things a little bit differently and how he dealt with shit. Some people may not want to go see a therapist. Some people may want to, figure out a different way of doing it. I know, I got a uncle, he go fishing, right? That's his way to keep his mind off of whatever it is. A lot of people are gamers, right? You got a lot of people that, are gamers out here. That's their way of dealing with shit. For me, I had to find a hobby, and a craft, and something that would be, my outlet for my emotions. And I would recommend, if you haven't yet and you watching this podcast, find something constructive to do. Find something that'll, help you deal with your shit, right? At one point, like I said, I was in my dark stages, right? I was dealing with, the death of my mom's. That shit really scarred me. I once said, on a Facebook post, a while ago, that I lost my mom's and my pops at a young age. And when I could have lost my mom, the Most High never lost me. And that's the realest shit I will ever say, man. Your faith has to be super strong, man. You got to have a super strong belief in whatever it is you believe in. I'm not going to be one of those type of individuals that be like, you got to believe in this or believe in that. We're not going to even get into the politics of that, right? But whatever it is that you believe in, and that's your faith, even if you don't believe in nothing, whatever it is that keeps you going, even your kid, whether it's your kids, your significant other, you got to cherish those things. I would like to say, and this kind of goes into, the second thing I wanted to talk about is, losing a parent, right? Again, I would like to say, to people who still have their parents, that's still living, I would, beg y'all, plead with y'all, cherish those moments and memories with them, because you're not going to have them forever. You know what I mean? I'm going to drop a bomb for myself on that one. That's real. Cherish those moments and those memories with them, because you're not going to have them forever. If you're on bad terms with your parents, then, seek an understanding to try and mend that relationship. You the child, right? And I'm not saying, I know different situations is different. Some parents can be disrespectful to their child, whether young or old, right? It don't matter if you 50 years old and you ain't talked to your daddy in, 20 years. Try to reach out and make that happen. Even siblings, man, I'm guilty of that myself, and this year, I'm going to try to do better my damn self and, reaching out to loved ones and letting them know, I love them and I appreciate, them for just, it's a blessing to have them as your family, Like I said, with your parents, if you got some issues with them, try to seek some understanding and mend that relationship. I know it's easier, said than done, but it is definitely worth a try. I know so many people, man. I know so many people who lost their parents personally. And I can count at least minimum 20 friends or family members that I know that has lost, their moms, specifically. I can count probably 20 or even more. And when you think about that, that's sad. Some of these people around the same age as me, and I would be one of them, right? You never know how that shit affects a person. You know what I mean? And of course, a lot of people lost, a lot of family members during, COVID. That shit really hit us bad, man. I'm not trying to preach, or sound like I personally got it all figured out. But pain is real, love is real, and hate is real. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say that again. Pain is real, love is real, and hate is real. A lot of times we spend a lot of time, wanting to hate somebody, right? Because of the pain that they caused us. For instance, like I said, for people that got, issues with their parents, it could be a pain behind that caused that, for you to feel like that, right? But in a sense, all of these are emotions. Pain, that's an emotion. It could be physically rendered upon you, but it could be emotionally rendered upon you too. Love, that's an emotion. You could feel love, and that's an emotion. Hate is a real emotion as well. I know a lot of y'all, may look at this channel and see, we be having fun, we be joking and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's the content that I wanted to bring, to this channel. But, we also like to, be on some real shit, right? I'm bringing y'all personally, a little bit, something different tonight. Like I said, y'all haven't seen me solo on, the Roosevelt show since I first started. That was my, my fucking first episode, But I felt like, tonight, it's a new year. I wanted to get back to that, By far, am I a motivational speaker? Nah. I just like to, cover real shit. That's what we do here. That's what I do here. That's what I stand on. That was the whole purpose of me starting, this show. Not only to shed light, for people in their professions with the interviews, and also doing a Sunday panel with my colleagues, Big LA and, C Black. But, more so bringing those motivational, not motivational, but real shit, right? Again, I'm not a motivational speaker. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just a real motherfucker that's been through some real shit, some real things. And I'm pretty sure if you subscribe to this channel and you following me, you got to be a real motherfucker at some point too. That's how the universe works, and that's how we connect. More of the story, check on your strong friends, man. Check on your strong friends. A lot of times we forget, to ask people just genuinely, hey, you all right? You know what I mean? That's that mental health shit that we was talking about, or that I was talking about, a little bit earlier. Just check on them. Hey, you all right? Everything good with you? Hold a conversation. If it's not right, shit, if you if you got, a certain faith for whatever you believe in, pray with that person. You know what I mean? If it's something that you could do with them, maybe go out, have a dinner or, anything, right? Just check on your strong friends. Parents, for your kids, they should be able to talk to you about anything. They should be able to talk to you about anything. They're your kids. This world is so fucked up already. And if they can't come to you and, tell you their problems and how they really feeling about shit, then it's kind of like setting them up to fail. Because the world will definitely gravitate to them and get their ear and have them on some different shit, right? That's not conducive to, them having a good mind state, breaking generational curses. Am I perfect? Hell no. Do I know anybody that's perfect? Hell no. So I'm not judging nobody. I don't want y'all to get that, confused. Definitely can't judge nobody. But what I can do is bring some positivity and some light to some shit that a lot of people may be scared to talk about. And my last thing before I get up out of here, man, as I said, check on your strong friends. But, people get a little juice and they forget who they used to drink water with. I'm going to say that again. People get a little juice and they forget who they used to drink water with. Nobody sits higher than nobody. Just because you got it and they don't have it, you don't look at them no differently. You know what I mean? Because the universe will definitely humble you quick. I've seen it happen plenty of times. So I just want to say, y'all stay humble, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and peace, love, and hair grease, y'all. The Roosevelt show. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I want to bring y'all some real shit tonight. And it's just been on my heart this week, man. I seen a lot of shit on social media, and I was like, I got to talk about this, man. A lot of people don't talk about this. You see a lot of podcasts and, motherfuckers like drama and all that shit. Bad for you. Bad TV. We got enough of that shit going on in the world. We need a few people out here that's real in the field to share some light. On that note, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in as usual. You can catch the Sunday panel every Sunday with me, Big LA and C Black for sure. For sure. I got some more exclusive interviews coming. If y'all haven't yet, y'all go back and check out that Eli Too Famous interview I just did last week. Also, check out that Donzelli interview that I did last week. Got a couple of exclusives coming up. My album finna drop too, by the way. I want to give a bomb for that shit. While we here, we might as well, I'm gonna play a record off my album, man. Y'all sucks, man. Peace, love, and hair grease, man. The Roosevelt Show. I'm out.
This is a Roosevelt production. Let's go. Didn't mean anything. Yeah. Music got the best of me, I must confess. She'll take your heart away and leave you a mess. I can't blame Kanye West, you got him stressed. I know Suge thinking now like damn, I was blessed. Yes, I thank God for the masterpiece. Birdman, Sean Combs, and the Jay-Z's. Big boys in the morning, the funk flex. That's when Dre found game and revived the West. The first time you heard LL rock the bells. Plenty moments that you showed me you could treat me well. All emotions I went through just to keep it real. Niggas sacrifice their life trying to get a deal. I'm attracted so much trying to get a feel. And if I need someone to talk to, I choose you still. Damn, can't you see you got my heart? This might be my last album and I'm signing off. Hope you understand the reason why we fell apart. Shout out J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. And niggas like Corrupt still flipping them balls. Can't you realize this is who we are? So much pain you gave me, I'm reflecting scars. But you never got the best of me, I call it draw. I bid you farewell, bon voyage. Make somebody else happy cause you broke my heart. You just threw our love away. Didn't mean anything.
Hey, y'all, my album gonna be dropping real soon, man. Y'all can catch this. It's a song called Dear Music, man. Album dropping soon, real soon. Quicker than you can think, though. Roosevelt. Conception coming soon. Dear music, how come you gotta put me through this? You let so many legends die, the shit's become a nuisance. Jimi Hendrix on the guitar was ruthless.
Michael Jackson, Sam Cooke, Whitney Houston, Scholar Rock, Jam Master Jay, a movement. The late great Eazy-E kept me cruising. In my 6'4", how you did Big and Pac, that shit hit close. Watch your love cold, and long live my big brother Steve Ho. I can speak for LA, Nip shit hit home. From Slim 400 to Dracos, from P&B Rock to Young Dolph, like they did Takeoff in Mossberg. There's so many die young, I wondered how come. Like the millions that they sold, it wasn't enough. Yeah, so many broken homes that I can count. Yeah. Is this really what you about? Underground artists struggle, never make it out. I respect my nigga Nas, cause it ain't for clout. The same way he love hip-hop might take you out. Damn, I gave so much sweat and tears. Spent hours cause I love you, it's just what it is. And the older that I get, it don't feel the same. Guess you found something new when you need a change.
I really mean something to you.
You just threw our love away. Didn't mean anything.